your head down. Miller out. Get my stories. No, I'm afraid they are not.
You read the papers, I know. You just let my wife read.
Oh, so sorry.
Excuse me, I'm very sorry. Damn clank.
Here, let me help you with that, ma'am.
Man? Seriously?
You could have gone with Sweetie. You get my message about Dubai?
Yeah. I'm glad you're all right, Adam. That ambush sounded pretty bad, man.
That's not what I was expecting, that's for sure. Any idea who it is?
Well, I'm sure your task force will come up with something, and that it won't be what the Juggernaut Collective digs up. Kinda odd, though, don't you think? Interpol sending your team to drag you to Dubai in the first place?
Miller said they were scrambling. Last minute intel. We were the only strike team available.
Yeah, well, that's a lie. Better get moving. The collective has been keeping tabs on all task force divisions ever since we slipped into one of them. We've got a team in Oman. A hell of a lot faster than you guys.
Why send us?
No. The task force is an Illuminati front. We all suspect. Doesn't make much sense to send it into man.
Unless they want our team to see something. Officially.
Autobus, ziprawte si papiery. Ziprawte si papiery na inspekcję. Co jest za problem?
One dream of it, Alex.
Nie zastawuj się!
I swear it's gotten even worse here in the past few days. Everyone looking over their shoulder. Terrified Augs like us are going to attack them again.
Somebody probably will. Treat people like animals long enough, they'll start acting.
Where's your law?
You say that like there's nothing we can do to stop it.
I already tried 2 years ago. Didn't work out so well.
So what's your problem? Are you saying we should just give up? Let hatred and prejudice take over? To hell with that.
I'm saying I can only go after enemies I see, Alex. The men who caused all this, the true power brokers, they're the ones I need to stop.
I do. You, me, the Juggernaut Collective. We're all trying to stop it. Doesn't mean turning a blind eye to
Then help me find them.
But the Illuminati needs your team as witnesses. We need to find out why. Who gave you the order to make plans?
Miller did. They probably came from someone higher up the chain.
Doesn't mean he's not in on it. Ever heard of the NSN?
I never subbed it, sure. TF-29 directors use it to plan ops and communicate privately in cyberspace. What's this?
Whisper chip. Custom-made wiretap device. Janus decided to fit inside the NSN's motherboard.
Ah, the elusive Janus, leader of the hacktivists. Am I ever gonna meet this guy?
Someday, maybe. Right now you need to concentrate on Miller. Find a way to access the NSN's motherboard.
Alright, so obviously something pretty bad just happened at the train station. Just before we get to the next part, you guys probably noticed all the augmented people were kind of being stopped and were asked for their papers. Not only Adam and the girl that he was with, but even like kind of like around in a train station, you can really see that the state of the world has changed quite a bit from human revolution. It's what we call the mechanical apartheid. Now the augmented people are being segregated. So speaking of this segregation, now we're going to go to a map that's called Golem City. It's one of those ghettos where the augmented people are being sent. It's in the outskirts of Prague. The city of Prague is kind of the main city hub in the game. There'll be a lot of time spent in Prague. We're not going to see it today, but we'll see the ghetto that's in, like I said, like in the outskirts. So Adam is being sent in the Golem City ghetto because Task Force 29, the company that he works for, believes that the people that are behind the explosion that just happened in the train station live in the ghetto. So he has to find someone named Phallus Rucker, who's kind of like the boss of this organization that's probably behind this explosion. We need to find him, we need to interrogate him, and bring him back, okay? So let's start the demo.
But still we have no answers. No one has yet claimed responsibility. Dr. Phallus Rucker, the leader of ARC, posted a letter condemning the attack. Sources close to the investigation, however, tell me that Rucker and ARC planned the targeting afterwards. I don't know about this.
Interesting pre-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
We got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
How far out are we?
Coming up on it now. Not many spots I can set her down. Got a preference?
Get as close to the ground as you can. I'll take it from there.
Whatever you say, boss.
This is Golem City. So the portion of the map that you're going to see today is just a small little portion of the actual map. Right? We're going to show you the entirety of the map, but it's much, much bigger than what you're going to see today. We're going to mostly concentrate on stealth and combat. There's going to be social as well, but most of the paths that we're going to use are going to be, around combat and stealth. There's a lot of social in the map. There's tons of people we can talk to, get side quests with the people, talk with them and learn all sorts of things about the lore of the map and the lore of the game. But we're not showing this side of the map for today's demo. So this being a Deus Ex game, it's all about multi-path, multi-solutions, different ways to approach your environment. This hasn't changed. There's tons of different ways we could do this map. You can see now the Augmented Rights Coalition, the kind of graffiti that was on the wall. That's the organization that Task Force 29 thinks is behind the explosion, the terrorist attack that was at the train station. What you're going to see now is a new feature. Now we can switch between the upgrades of weapons and the ammunition on the fly without going into the pause menu. So we just showed the EMP bullets. Adam disabled the camera. So we used to have the EMP grenades, we still have the EMP grenades, but this time around we also have EMP bullets.
Did you hear about Phallus?
Hey, what?
They say he's been drinking a lot.
So obviously cloaking is bad. There we go. So as Adam is going to climb to reach that little loop here, just pay attention to the environment. Like I said, we're going to stick to one path. There's so many different ways we could have done this map. Look around, there's tons of places to go. There's like a little cafeteria, like a cantina on the left. We could have gone there and talked to people. We put a lot of effort on the verticality of the level design this time around. There's tons of places to climb to. There's barracks, there's apartments, people to talk to, side quests, and secondary objectives to find, and even computers to hack in and read people's emails and all that kind of stuff.
You think the police will try to come in here?
No. So Adam has a new augmentation that has many augmentations if you want. It's called the gun arm, and he has different gun arms. He's going to use a non-lethal one here. It's called the Tesla, and you can choose, you can target all the way up to 4 NPCs or enemies, and you take them down non-lethally. Adam is pretty much all souped up in this demo, so he had all the 4 targets possible, where you start just with 1, and then you have to upgrade them all the way up to 4. Here's a new augmentation as well. It's the Icarus Dash, which allows you to reach places that you couldn't have reached otherwise, either horizontally or vertically. It kind of uses the same technology that Adam had for the Icarus landing in Human Revolution, but it's been brought to a whole different level this time around. You can also use it to ram enemies in combat, so the Icarus Dash, bang, right into your enemies, which is really, really cool. Smart Vision is back with a lot more information, a lot more options as well. And the takedowns, of course. Again, pay attention to the verticality and how much real estate there is all around. You could have, like, you know, arrived from the floor, arrived from even higher. There's tons of different ways to approach this map. So another new augmentation. So hacking was a big part of Human Revolution, and Mankind Invited, we still have it, but we also have remote hacking, which is what Adam is doing now, and he's bringing down that little catwalk here. This is really cool. One of my favorite ways to use it is I hide behind cover and I remote hack robots, and I turn them around against my enemies, against their own allies, if you want. The nano blades. Adam's blades are back, of course. This time around, though, you can use them as projectiles, which is really, really cool. They regenerate because they're nano blades. It's not infinite. There's an economy to it. You need to manage them. Now, with all this verticality, of course, we use them gameplay-wise. So we have this new thing called the Icarus Strike, which is what we're going to see now. So we saw the remote hacking. Now we're going to see, if you want, the more traditional hacking. But it's been, you know, we worked on it. Hacking was really, really good in Human Revolution. I think it's even better now. We added Fog of War, which adds a lot of suspense to the hacking. There's booby traps, new augmentations, new types of nodes. And as the art director, I really, really like what we did with the visuals, what it looks like now.
I just said that. What other games are they going to have on display, you know?
I'm here doing not bothering you.
Working my way through Maiden Shaft. Probably was best to stay outside.
So if anybody is from Prague here, is from Czech Republic, or anybody who's been to the city of Prague, you might know what these little penguins are. There's a reason behind them, linked to the city of Prague. So if you don't know, you can go see on the internet or have a trip to Prague. But obviously, you know, we've done a lot of scouting in the city. We saw a lot of stuff, and we included a lot of that stuff in the game. Speaking of multipath, there's another air vent there that we could have arrived from. We could have arrived from the ground floor as well. Tons of possibilities. Another way to use a nano blade. You can shoot it, still the projectile, and it kind of acts as a remotely detonated bomb. Okay, so this was pretty much all stealth, what we did now. So now we're going to go to combat. So the first part was about, you know, not being detected. Now we're going to go full-on guns blazing. Stealth was really, really good in Human Revolution. Combat was good as well. Just not really on par, or as good as combat, as stealth, sorry. So what we did this time around, we put a lot of efforts and a lot of energy in making sure that the combat pillar was as good as the stealth. It's become very visceral, it's become like very hectic, there's things exploding all around, there's things moving, lots of objects with physics, and this is what you're going to see now. This is my favorite augmentation. My favorite new augmentation is the Titan Shield. So Adam literally becomes a tank. You don't have to just cover as much, you can just run into the fray. Obviously, it's not, it doesn't last forever. It uses your energy, so you have to use it tactically, but it's really, really cool. I love the way that it looks, and it's super useful. So as the battle rages on, pay attention to the fact that now we're using a lot more augmentations in combat, right? He kind of, Adam goes back and forth between using his weapons, using his offensive augmentations. This is something that we also worked on quite a bit, have kind of like more of a natural flow in combat between your augmentations and your physical weapons. A little bit of Icarus dash here again. Okay, another thing, pay attention to the barks that the enemies are yelling while they're fighting. Now we have female combatants. This is something that we really, really wanted in this game. All the factions have female combatants. Either an ally faction, the neutral factions, or the enemy factions have female combatants. So you can hear them just as the male combatants in the barks and what the enemies are screaming at you while you're fighting against them. So here's a gun turret. We're going to take it down the proper way. What I mean by the proper way is we're going to use an EMP grenade to disable it. We could do this before in the game, but now we have armor-piercing bullets that we're going to choose on the fly, as I've shown you guys at the beginning. There we go. So this being a Deus Ex game, obviously there was many, many ways we could have gone around this turret. Now we kind of we took it down, but there was an alternate path. We could have arrived from behind. We could have hacked it, of course. We could have remote hacked it. So tons of different ways to tackle your challenges.
Chicane, I'm moving in on Rucker's position. You got those coordinates yet?
I'll transmit them as soon as I've finished my coffee.
Don't leave me hanging, Chicane.
You just worry about getting on man. Be careful. He's dangerous.
We'll see.
So, Talus Rucker, right? So social is a big part of Deus Ex. This is going to be a social boss fight. Basically, it is a boss fight, but it's a boss fight that you need to win with your psychology, by talking, by being social, basically. We've put a lot of efforts into the facial animations this time around, the body movement as well, the body communications. So, pay attention to that.
I'm sure you'll understand if I don't take your word for it.
As the customary final request of the condemned man, please, do not kill any more of my people on your way out. Their only crime against you is their loyalty to me.
You don't seem surprised to see me.
I'm not. After the train station attacks, I knew it was only a matter of time before they sent us from the police.
This isn't a social call, Rucker. I'm here to take you in.
Our mandate is to fight for the rights of the augmented. Communicate our message of resistance. The Ark is a non-violent message.
Alright, then this should be easy. Come with me, answer our questions, and we'll have you back here in plenty of time to film your next sermon.
I'm not afraid. If I surrender now, I'm never coming back. Once you have me, you intend to make me disappear. But I will not make such a resistance. My people and I will resist you.
I thought you were a pacifist.
I am. But I'm more than a leader. I'm a sinner. That is why I wish to lose. If martyrdom is the only way to lose, then living is my fault.
If I have to bring you in by force, I will. And your people will try to stop me. And neither of us wants anyone to get hurt, so come along peacefully. You have my word. I will do everything I can to see that you are treated fairly.
You cannot speak to me of peace, friends. Not when your masters hide in the shadows, manipulating, controlling, murdering without the courage to proclaim their convictions in front of the rest of the world.
Come off it, Rucker. You've been preaching pacifism for years from your ivory tower. And all of a sudden your convictions are really being tested, and you're tossing them away.
No, that's it. Permit me to frame this in words you will understand. If you take me, you will be murdering
perverting the cause and destroying the augmented rights coalition.
Permit me to return the favor. I'll willingly prove you're a pacifist, or resist and prove you're full of shit.
You presume to question my pacifism when you attacked innocent people to get in here. I will not dishonor the cause by giving in to you. Ever. There's one last thing. Before you drag me out of here against my will. What motive would I possibly have for committing the atrocities I'm accused of? With every incident, the gap of fear and hatred that divides Augs and non-Augs fighters, who really benefits when innocents die? Allegedly in the name of Aug rights.
That's a good question.
And a dangerous one, if you ask it too loud in this place. Somewhere down there, hiding in plain sight, is your real terrorist. I was trying secretly to find out who is responsible.
Rucker? A lot of heat coming through the door. I need a way out now.
You whacked it, didn't you? Relax, there's some greenhouses near your position. Below them is a clearing.
So there's many, many ways that this conversation could have turned out. The way that it turned out now is that we lost it. We lost the kind of social fight, if you want. Rucker pressing the alarm button, and now the guards are trying to get inside, and we need to escape. If we would have won it, that's my favorite take on the other side. There we go. I've been so angry. Always so upset. But if we would have won the conversation, we could have taken more time, we could have explored the room, kind of find different information in it, but now we need to escape. Here's an example of using the Icarus Dash to ram into your enemy, which is really cool. This is the focus mode. It's a new augmentation. So Adam doesn't actually slow down time, right? That's not really possible. But what happens is that because of his mechanical augmentations, he starts moving so fast that the world around him slows down. That's the Pep's gun arm. That's a non-lethal. Well, obviously it destroyed the bot, but if you shoot it at a human opponent, it just kind of pushes him or her away. So we had it as a gun in Human Revolution. In Mankind Divided, we had it as a gun arm. Alright people, woo! Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. So, small demo, small part of the map. Like I said, obviously a tiny, tiny part of the whole game. It's going to be available early 2016, totally for Xbox One, obviously. So, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good Comic-Con, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.